Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
I should be drinking wine instead of whiskey. I shouldn't be in this barroom, but I am. Tomorrow I wake up feeling guilty, but tonight I don't give a damn.
Welcome to the Rock Review. I'm thrilled to have on the amazing singer, songwriter, guitarist, Erin Enderlin. And you probably know her from a lot of the hit songs you've already heard by Luke Bryan, Alan Jackson, Reba McEntire, Randy Travis. The list goes on and on. Jeannie Seely.
Yes.
Great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, I'm so glad I got to see you live a month or so ago with you and Bobby at the WSM Songwriter deal.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, listening to you sing and play and hearing your stories, it's like, I told Lexi I've got to get you on the show. But it's like, what a great couple of years you've had, Erin. You know, and obviously you've been working at this for a number of years as a singer and a songwriter and guitarist, but it's like, but the past 2 years have really kind of taken off for you.
It's getting cooking there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got write-ups by Rolling Stone, CMT, Tennessean, NPR.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's raving about you. One of the next country women to watch, which obviously you are.
Well, thank you.
With everything you're doing. And I thought a great concept, too, to where this year you've kind of been rolling out like with 4 separate EPs. Why did you go with that angle?
Well, I thought it would be cool to break it up a little because I love albums and I still love that whole thing. But
Right.
people are listening to stuff different ways now. And also, I've been touring a whole lot. And it's always fun if you're going back to a place you've already been to have new music out. And so now I
That
got
was brilliant.
all the chances for
Well,
that.
and what was it like being on tour with Jamie Johnson last year?
Man, it was awesome. He's so great. He's been a big champion of mine for a long time. Him and Moose Brown produced this new record that's coming out. And I just love it. His whole crew, I mean, TW, the Just Sound out there, he's been doing my demos for the last 15 years. So it's like having Uncle T out there. And
Well, you
his
know,
band.
and you know, and you're from Conway, Arkansas originally.
I am.
And I have to bring this up so I can embarrass you, that you are the most awarded country music artist from Arkansas at this time, and you won 3 awards this year.
I did, Arkansas.
So it's pretty soon you're going to have like a big sign in Conway and everything, and have like a statue and all that.
I maybe, you know, Fuzzy Owen is also from Conway.
There we
have
go.
that.
You
It's
can't go
pretty
wrong
cool.
with Fuzzy.
Yeah, and Conway Twitty, you know, took his
Yeah.
name there. So it's a pretty cool
See?
place to be from.
I think so. And also, I love that you brought your favorite guitar along, Jimmy,
yeah.
which is signed by Jimmy Dickens.
That's right.
So you've played the Opry 7 times already?
Yes, when I was growing up, I fell in love with country music watching the Opry, and that was my biggest dream, to get to stand on that stage, and I tell you, it does not disappoint.
I mean, I just think it's, and also with the Bluebird Cafe, you know, you've been like a regular residence there, which is not an easy place to get into play now.
Yeah, I guess this will age me, but I don't care. I tried out there 19 years ago and got my
when you were
first Sunday
5.
night show. Yep, I was 5 years old.
But you got so much great stuff going on, and I want to bring up too, you've got your brand new album coming out.
I do.
November 1st.
Faulkner County, and named after where I'm from, Faulkner
Right.
County, Arkansas, and a nice little nod to William Faulkner.
I love that.
Love his writing.
Oh my gosh, what a great author.
I'm so excited about it, man. It's really been an interesting process putting this record together, and I'm really excited about, you know, when you get those fresh baked cookies, you're like, can't wait to share them with everybody.
Right. Well, and do you feel like at this point too, because obviously you've been working at this craft for so many years, and now suddenly everybody's like, Erin is an instant success. Look at this. How do you feel about that?
I feel like if anybody's talking about me, I'll take it.
Which everybody is. You know, you get so many great write-ups and all these things, and your videos. You know, you and I were having a conversation before we came in studio, and what I love about, you know, your songs and how heartfelt they are, but also the videos, to where you're kind of like an Alfred Hitchcock. You're playing in the cameo. So like in the one video, you're the bartender, and somebody else is on stage singing the song.
Hidden in there.
I like that, though.
Ryan Nolan directed those, and I just love his work. And I like being a storyteller, you know. I'm that jerk in the coffee shop that's listening to your conversation when your boyfriend's breaking up with you and being like, now that could be a song right there.
Well, you know, I love that with the video also, with the gal, you know, coming in and spilling her guts to you, drinking whiskey, and then it ends up being the gal messing around with your guy, with your husband.
That's actually the song that got me my chance to play the Opry for the first time.
Really?
I let her talk, yeah.
Wow. And also, I believe, didn't Reba do that one too?
She did one called The Bar Is Getting Lower.
That's it. Thank you.
Well, the bar is getting lower.
Yeah.
I don't want to confuse people with my use of punctuation.
But then also you've become good friends with Jeannie Seeley.
Yeah, man. Jeannie is just awesome. You know, she's a spitfire, you know.
Oh, totally.
I can hardly keep up with her.
Well, you know, and she was so far ahead of her time, you know, when she hit the Opry, you know, and with her music and with her style, and also being willing to go out and wear short skirts on stage when nobody else would, you know, and I mean, I admire her.
She's awesome. I actually got to go, they were celebrating her 52nd year at the Opry last week, and she was telling stories about when she wore the first miniskirts on stage, and she didn't even realize that was a thing, you know, an issue.
Such a class act, though.
Oh, yeah.
And what a great voice. Now, I got to bring this up, too, to where, you know, a lot of people may not realize that, you know, you have paid some dues here in Nashville, and that, in fact, you know, you worked at the Opry for a while before you played at the Opry.
I did. You know, the music industry can be really crazy. It's got a lot of high highs and low lows, and I was going through a time where I was kind of thinking, okay, well, like, what are you doing?
Right.
What do you want to do? Like, how do you know, I wanted to get centered again. And I always felt like the Opry was the place that I started falling in love with country music. So I was like, you know what? I had a friend working out there, and they were looking for some new hostesses, and I was like, I'm going to go get a job out there.
Because you mainly like the outfits.
Yes. I mean, who doesn't want to be transported back to the 1970s? It was so cool, because I met people from all over the world that were so excited to be at the Opry.
Well, and also I got to bring this up to you to where also people recognized you
They did,
as
which
an
was funny.
artist, you know, like with the teenage girls who are going, oh my gosh, and you thought they were excited about Jason Aldean. They were excited about you.
Yeah, that was really a trip, man.
Did that sort of help bring you back around to what you really needed to do
did.
as a songwriter?
I think it just, you know, and getting to see all the different artists and how they interact with their fans, how they do their shows, the songs that they're playing, and getting to see those people from all over the world that, you know, they save up their hard-earned money because they want that music, they want that connection to see their favorite artist on the Opry stage. And that just really, I think it brought me back to the right place, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then they told me I had to stop playing there because they were going to let me play on the stage. I mean, it would start working there.
And you can't wear that outfit when you perform either.
No, I had to give it back. There's actually a video of me giving my outfit back to my boss.
Oh my gosh.
Passing the baton.
Yeah. Well, but I think once again, I think paying your dues, I think when you start having success as you are now, I think it feels better. I think, you know, it shows, okay, well, I've earned this.
It does, and I feel like, for one thing, the Opry is such a great community of people. From the artists that play there to the folks that work there and run it, to the hostesses and everybody else. And I tell you what, I probably would have passed out when I walked on that stage for the first time, but I felt like I had a whole room full of friends because all my hostess friends were out there cheering for me already, and they were telling everybody who came through there, you better clap for this girl tonight, you know?
And obviously you have.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's really cool, and it just, that's where my heart is, and I feel like...
Well, I'm going to have to catch you next time you're playing the Opry then.
You got to come hang.
And I love hearing you sing and play. And also, I think what you do a great job of, Erin, is telling the stories behind the songs and how they really come. And to me, the honesty and conviction of when you are singing them, you can tell they're so heartfelt. I think that comes through.
Thank you. Songwriting is so interesting to me because it really keeps you humble, you know? You might get a great idea somewhere, but man, it's, you know, not to quote Buck Owens, but to quote Buck Owens, it's like having a tiger by the tail, you start out and you're like, okay, can I get all the way to the end? Can I get that special magic? And when it all comes together just right.
It's trying to find that magic and then distill it down. Well, I want to make sure our viewers know also your website and social media so they can follow you and also get autographed copies of the CD and album when they come out in November.
www.erinenderlin.com. That's ERINENDERLIN. And I'm on all the other
all
the
social media. And also, you know, if you take in music, you know, whether you're watching on YouTube, which she's got some great music videos out, and there's some fun interviews with her as well that I watched getting ready for the show. But whether you take your music in digital with the singles and all that, I think, you know, the way you've done the EPs, the 4 EPs, and then the full album coming out, just brilliant. And I think your songwriting and music keep getting better. And I think a lot of other people do too. So congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and be sure and get the new album, Faulkner County. Comes out November 1st. Go see her live wherever she's playing, whoever she's out on tour with. And she'll obviously be at the Bluebird Cafe and at the Grand Ole Opry also. It's Erin Enderlin. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.